Love music, love talk, love Wycombe Sound.
Monday Movies on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM.
Hello and welcome to the Monday Movies podcast, looking different and fresh this week.
Hi there.
Including Tobi's hair. Duncan's wearing a shirt and I'm wearing a jumper because it's cold. It's actually like
Hello.
Monday.
Hi,
Hello.
how are we?
Good, I'm excited,
Okay.
Duncan.
Yeah, you all ready for a technically proficient show?
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. I've got high hopes for this week's
you?
show. Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I think it's going to go swimmingly.
Do you?
Absolutely. I'm looking at my screens. I foresee no problems.
You've got a sixth sense.
I foresee no problems at all.
You Bruce Forsyth, no problems.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, how are you both?
Good, I'm excited.
Why are you excited?
Tobi's song comes out on Friday.
No. Do you think we
Yeah.
should mention it during the show a couple of times?
I think we should, yeah.
All right, then let's see if we can shoehorn it in somehow.
Just any way we can.
But subtly, we don't want it to be obvious because we're not. That's just free advertising, and he shouldn't be getting that.
No, he should pay for that.
Should we let him
honestly,
do his,
thank you, guys.
all right, we're talking. Shut up. Should we let him do his plug in this bit or at the end?
No,
bit?
I feel like we should do it at the end.
Okay,
So I'm
we'll do it
sure
at
we'll
the end.
mention it at the beginning of the show.
Do you think we will?
Probably.
What if we forget? That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
That would be awful.
Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Anyway, we've got a show to do. Let's get on and do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
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 Why did you say okay like that?
I was going to say something, but you just said, let's get on with it.
Oh no, you can say something. Go on.
No.
No, please. No, come on.
Clip that bit.
Do you? Well, I've got the recording.
Come on then.
I was just going to say what's on the show.
I know. That's what I was waiting for you to ask.
Oh, Duncan.
Let's do this again.
No.
Let's just stop there. Okay. And I said, all right, let's get on with the show. And you say,
Duncan, what's on the show? I'm keeping that in.
box office top 10 film news, reviews of Enola Holmes, Somebody Feed Phil, Challenger, The Last Flight, and Ted Lasso.
Let's lasso on with it.
Hello there, Duncan Strip here, along with Tobi Stubbs and Luke Davis for another edition of Monday Movies on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM. You can join us on Facebook's... No, I'm not okay. Shall I tell you why? Just a little insight. 2 computer screens, and the one that allows me to speak seems to have died.
Right.
And yet it can't have died because you can still hear me.
We can still hear you, so don't worry
So
about that.
I'm getting very
Is
slightly
the monitor
worried.
off?
It's suddenly come back on. Can we start again?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Ready? That's latest. I'm Laura Safe. You're listening to Wycombe Sound online, on Radio Player, and on 106.6 FM. Monday Movies on 106.6 FM.
Hi there, Duncan Strip here along with Luke Stubbs and Tobi Davis for another edition of Monday Movies. An hour of film nonsense, basically.
Pretty
That's
much,
what
yeah.
it's come to. On tonight's show, we'll be taking a look at the box office top 10, a little bit of film news, and we will be reviewing Enola Holmes, Ted Lasso, Challenger, The Last Flight, and Somebody Feed Phil. You can get involved if you want to. You can go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. Just put in a / and put Wycombe Sound, and you will find us there. You can watch us live on YouTube and Facebook as well, because we are live streaming. And it's had an update. It looks super cool.
It's all fresh.
Or you can email mondaymovies@wycombesound.org.uk. Let us know what you've been watching. For those of you watching the live stream, you'll notice the date is behind us of the 2nd of October 2020, as it was last week, because it's the big week.
It is.
Isn't it, Tobi?
It is. It is the
You even had a haircut.
It is. It's the release of Tobi Stubbs' debut solo single. Tobi, quickly do a plug for it. And can I ask a favour when you do it? Because you did it last week. We allowed you to do it last week, and I listened to the podcast, and even you didn't sound excited by the release of your new single. So if you could do it with a little bit of pizzazz.
Sure. Okay, well, it's called We're Both on the Same Team. It's out this Friday, and it's from what I've heard from people, they've said it has an early 2000s feel to it. So
I thought you could. From what I've heard, it's quite good.
yeah, I worded that terribly, but it's out this Friday. It's the first song as a solo artist for me, and it's.
I think you need to work on your energy levels in your promotion. I think you need to be a little bit more.
I don't want to be like, it's amazing.
You have to
know.
be. You have to be.
No, Lewis Capaldi doesn't. Actually, no, Lewis does.
No, Lewis
Beyonce.
Capaldi.
Noel Gallagher, he shouts about his stuff.
Yeah.
Liam Gallagher.
Quite loudly as well.
Robbie Williams.
Liam Gallagher's just, it's out.
It's out now.
So
Anyway, so it's out this Friday.
it's out this Friday, yes.
But
I
where
really
could-
appreciate the plug.
Where will people be able to hear it before Friday?
Before Friday. Sorry, before
Tobi, you can do
Friday.
this.
Before Friday, yeah.
Wycombe Sound, a lovely gentleman called Luke Davis who
Hello.
does Drive Time, has agreed to do the first play.
world
so you can
exclusive.
listen to that. So is that 4 till 6?
We're going to play it back to back, 4 till 7.
4 till 6.
Should we say
What time do you want it?
5 p.m?
Yeah, we can do it afternoons at 5.
Okay, perfect.
There we
5
go.
p.m. Thursday the 31st.
The first.
Sorry, the first.
Your song is released on the 2nd, which is a Friday. So the day before that will be the 1st.
It's going so
End
well,
of
Tobi.
class.
Yes.
Yeah, so sorry, 1st of October at 5 p.m. on Wycombe Sound, or on the 2nd, wherever you stream music or listen to music.
yeah.
So basically, that last 5 minutes of rambling, Toby has got a new song. It's called We're Both on the Same Team. It's out on Friday. You can
Right.
hear it at just after the 5 o'clock news on Thursday on Drive Time. World exclusive first play.
There we
Thank
go.
you. There we go.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Can you imagine what it'd be like if they got him on this morning to promote it? It'd be rambling through the cooking section.
We'll talk more about it on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more on the podcast.
But no, thank you very much, guys.
We'll give you some training, some media
Yeah,
training,
media training on the
Toby.
podcast.
I think you're going to need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, how have we both been?
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another week.
yeah, been good. Thank you very much.
Good.
Thrown out of a pub at 10 o'clock yet?
No, not yet.
No.
No, well, there goes Duncan.
All right.
Disappearing.
Yeah. On the show tonight, we will have reviews of Enola Holmes, or as Toby called her just before the news at 7, Elmo. We'll also have a review of the new Netflix documentary Challenger, The Final Flight. Duncan has watched something on Apple Plus, and we have all seen Somebody Feed Phil.
Yes.
Good.
It's good, isn't it?
It's good. It's a
We've
good
all
lineup.
seen
It is.
lots of things.
It
It's
is.
a first.
It is a first, yeah.
But should we start, excuse me, with a box office top 10? Because
Shall we?
there is a box office top 10.
There is a box top 10.
Yeah.
We will start then at number 10, which...
Good idea.
Thank you, which is Unhinged.
Russell Crowe going bonkers in a car trying to kill a woman and her family. He's unhinged. It does what it said on the tin.
Can you review every film?
I think we should. I think we should just do very short capsule one-sentence reviews.
This week's
And then with a. Sorry, go on.
this week's number 9.
I was going to. Sorry.
Not playing your song.
Can I just say I listened to the Wycombe Wanderers Wycombe Sound podcast.
Yes.
Very professional,
Yeah.
very slick.
Yeah, not like this. Number
Not
9,
like this at all.
White Riot.
This is a documentary about the the music movement in the 1970s/80s against apartheid. It's supposed to be very good. I haven't seen it, but it's got a lot of good music in it. A lot of Tom Robinson in there.
Right, okay. This week's number 8, 100% Wolf.
Not seen it, but it's another subpar animation. Not Disney, not
It's
Pixar, not
yeah.
Sony, not Blue Sky. It's just a little bit. Ugh.
It's a little bit.
Yeah. Ugh.
This week's number 7, Rocks.
Which I haven't seen, but Toby has a slight connection to this film. Toby, don't you?
No, so the company I
okay,
used to
fine.
work
Let's
for-
move on.
I haven't seen it either, but the company I used to work for did the extras for this, and it looks really good. And it was meant to come out April this year. Well, there was meant to be a screening of it in London at the BFI, I believe, but obviously that got cancelled. But yeah, no, it's not out near us, is it?
No, but what I found out today, as far as I remember, the good news for everybody is, but basically it's a gritty urban drama set in London, mainly black cast. It's got fantastic reviews, and apparently it will be on Netflix in about 2 weeks' time.
Oh, brilliant.
So we
Lovely.
can all watch it and review it in a couple of weeks' time.
I'm loving
I'm not
these-
quite sure why it's going straight to Netflix. It's strange because it's got a cinema release, so I don't know why they're
I'm
doing
loving
it.
these quick turnarounds. They're great.
It is good, isn't it, that you can
Yeah.
watch these films in the comfort of your own home?
Yeah, it's a
lovely.
strong correlation of putting everything on demand now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be able to watch that in a couple of weeks' time.
This week's number 6, something else that you'll be able to watch very soon if you've got Disney Plus. That is Onward.
Yes, Onward, which is really good, really sweet, made me cry. It's about family and mums and dads and fathers and sons, and it's a road movie where one of the characters only has legs and no top half. But it's really good. At least it gets good. The first half, not so good. It gets really good in the second half, and it is on Disney Plus in a couple of weeks' time.
It is on the October the 2nd.
On the October the 2nd. So,
day.
do I listen to Tobi's new single or do I watch Onward? Oh,
Duncan, is this the awkward point where we tell Tobi that we're actually not advertising his song, but it's actually for Onwards?
yeah, we're advertising Onward release date. Sorry, Tobi.
Sorry, Tobi.
Yeah, but it's really good. It's well worth watching. So if you've got, you'll be able to review it next week then, Luke. You should be able to watch it.
I really look forward to watching this because it looked really good. The trailers look really good. Your review was fairly positive, which is always something.
Doesn't happen often, does it?
No, it doesn't. And it's got Chris Pratt and Tom Holland's voice in it, along with many others.
Yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it.
And hey, that'll be something that'll be on streaming and on a box office.
Yes, it will on a box office.
On a box office, yeah. This week's number 5, The New Mutants.
So this is the X-Men spin-off that was supposed to be released about 3 years ago and kept getting pushed back and back and back. And when you watch it, you can see why. It doesn't know if it wants to be a young adult drama or a superhero origin movie or a teenage horror movie. And it sort of falls in between all three of those and doesn't really work. And there's one character in it who is horribly racist. And it's her lines sort of stick out a bit as well, especially in the current climate. Obviously, when they wrote this, the current climate wasn't current, but it doesn't sound so good now. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess. If they'd have just picked one of those three, if they'd just said, right, we're doing a superhero origin movie, it probably would have worked. Or if we're doing a young adult horror movie, it would have worked. But the mixture of the three doesn't work.
But
I'm just going to keep talking because I know you want to say something. So what else can I say about it? Stars Anya Taylor-Joy and Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones. But yeah. It's good. It's not good.
It doesn't really matter though because Disney and Marvel will reboot whatever this was meant to be anyway.
Probably, yeah. Is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah. This week's number 4, somebody that you were introduced to last week, Andre Rieu's magical Together in Music event cinema.
Is he still there?
He's still there, yeah.
I thought these event cinemas were one-offs. I didn't realise he could be in the box office top 10 twice.
Yeah.
But I suppose they need to fill screens with something.
Exactly.
So no, I still haven't seen him or know what he does.
No.
Well, no, you told me what he does.
Yeah. I'm shocked you didn't know. This week's number 3, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Which is a mess. Sweet mess. Bill and Ted have to write a song that will save the world and life as we know it. So they travel forward in time to steal the song from themselves while their daughters travel back in time to gather a load of famous musicians to play the song, and they all come together at the end on a bridge to play a song. It's good. It made me laugh.
Okay.
It's very sweet.
Only got to number 3 though.
Only got to number 3? Yeah. Because am I disappearing again? No, I was. Because I'm going to shock you with fact about number 2.
Oh well, this week's number 2, After We Collided.
So After We Collided, this is the second in what is apparently a trilogy. So the first film was called After. This is After We've Collided. The third one is going to be called After We Fall or something like that. They're teenage romancy kind of things, starring Hero Finds Tiffin. By all accounts, they're absolutely terrible and you shouldn't go and watch them. But they are based on One Direction fan fiction about Harry Styles.
No.
Right.
There is your fun fact for the After series.
Really? So it's a bit like Twilight then was I can't remember what that was based on. No, was it Twilight? Something was based on or was it 50 Shades? Something was based on a fan fiction thing. And
50 Shades of Grey started out as online Twilight fan fiction.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
I did not know that.
This started out as online One Direction fan fiction, but specifically about Harry Styles. Yeah.
Has Harry commented on this?
I don't know.
Oh.
I do not know, but it's a sign of the times. This is the kind of thing that happens.
Do you know what I really fancy right now?
Some watermelon sugar?
Yeah, dude.
Thought
It's
you
a fine line.
Thought you might. It is.
Yeah. Moving swiftly on. This week's number one, with no surprise, Tenet.
You say no surprise. After We Collide, its screen average is roughly the same as Tenet's.
Okay.
Because it's not on so many screens. So it's actually doing just as well as Tenet. It's not taking the same amount of money,
No.
but it's
But it's
taking
not-
the same amount of money per screen.
To be fair, it's not that far behind though. Tenet made
No.
796,000, and After We Collided, nearly 600,000.
That's
Not
that's
bad.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, Toby, tell us all about Tenet. Well, not all about it, but
Some interesting bits.
something.
Tenet is a film all about time and inverted time that's parallel to the normal time, if that makes any sense.
None at all.
But like the film.
But no, it's got a good cast. I really enjoyed it. It's great to be back in the cinema. It's definitely a cinema film. Definitely go and watch this in the cinema. I don't think it'll have the same effect watching it on the laptop or whatever. But I just think I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great film by Christopher Nolan. There were a few questions that weren't answered, and I'd have said that I'd watch it again, which I haven't yet. But it's an action kind of thriller with twists and turns because of the time inversion, shall I say? But it's overall, I think it's a great movie, and I enjoyed it.
See, I
Duncan?
keep saying I'm going to go and see it again, and I haven't. And there's no excuse not to because there's nothing else to
Nothing
watch.
else to
So I
watch,
should really have gone to watch it again. So I might this weekend because,
there
I
nothing
do need
else
to
to
see it
watch?
again. Because there's nothing out next week apart from some kids' cartoons again.
Right.
So it's another week.
It's a week.
It's another week.
It's a week. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. And that is your.
That reminds me of a joke. A man walks into a bar and says, "Can I have a fortnight's orange squashes, please?" And the barman says, "What?" He goes, "Oh, just 2 week ones."
Wee.
That was joke of the day.
Thank you very much.
That's terrible. That's your top 10.
That's the top 10. So, and it's going to remain roughly like that next week because there's nothing out. I've checked what's out next week. There's just another kids' cartoon, but not a Disney, a Pixar, Blue Sky, or Sony animation one. So it's all looking a bit poor because obviously I think we'll talk about films moving in the film news, but films that were going to come out have been moved. The only one that's clinging to its place at the moment is No Time to Die.
Yes.
Which is still there, the first week in November.
Do you
Can you
think
book
it will
yes?
move?
I don't know. They're being very bullish about it. It's
But
still
then-
there.
yeah,
So
but then
they've
they were
had
like
plenty
with
of time
Tenet.
to move. Yeah, but Tenet moved a few times. Bond has moved once, and it's stuck to its guns.
I was listening to a podcast, and they were all laughing about James Bond being moved, and saying,
Why?
something's up about that. Oh, why is Bond moving? And
It was our podcast,
yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was ours, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because we mocked them
We did.
back in March when they
It is.
moved. We mocked them because we thought it's just a coronavirus. What
What could
possible
happen?
trouble could that cause?
Can you pre-book tickets? Or
I
not
don't
yet?
think you can,
Not yet.
not yet. So
Okay.
no,
That will
so-
probably be a week before.
Yeah, I mean, it could move.
Right.
Hope it doesn't, but
No.
it could.
Yeah.
I mean, Tenet.
I hope it doesn't, but yeah.
I mean, in America, Tenet was supposed to save cinema, and that's going to get everybody rushing back. After it opened, and it hasn't done particularly well in America, that's when all the big films started to move.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's hope it does,
Doesn't
because
know.
at the moment, that's the next film to look forward to.
Yeah, that is true.
We've got nothing in October really to look forward to at all. So yeah,
Yeah.
back to movies.
Monday no movies, yeah. Back to Monday no movies.
Time for some reviews now. Should we start with the big release of the week?
Go on then. Tell us all
Let's do
about
it.
Enola Holmes.
Enola Holmes. That's her name, Toby.
I thought it was Elmo.
Elmo Holmes. This is a new release from Netflix, and it's not one of those films that was supposed to go theatrically. This is a Netflix production. It was always going to go to Netflix. It stars Millie Bobby Brown as Enola Holmes, who is Mycroft and Sherlock Holmes' younger sister. She lives at home with her mother, played by Helena Bonham Carter. Sherlock and Mycroft have gone to London to solve crimes and not been back for some time. Everything's fine in the Holmes household until her mother one day goes missing. Enola thinks something's up. She finds some clues around the house and sets off to find her mother. Mycroft Holmes, who is obviously, I don't remember in the films him being nasty, but he is the nastier of the two brothers.
You've seen the Sherlock series, though, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being particularly nasty.
No, but he's a bit grumpy.
Oh, okay.
You could play a good Mycroft in that series.
Shut up. He sets out to find her because he's her ward and he wants her back. She bumps into the Earl of Tewkesbury, playing on the run from his family because they've sent someone after him to kill him. So she's basically trying to solve two mysteries. Where has her mum gone, and why is Lord Tewkesbury being hunted by an assassin? It's got a fantastic cast: Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things, Henry Cavill, Sam Claflin, Helena Bonham Carter, and also the fantastic Frances de la Tour turns up as the old dowager. I'm not going to say what I think. I'm going to go to the person who I think liked it least. Toby.
Oh, okay. I surprisingly actually enjoyed this more than I thought I would. I thought the cinematography was amazing, the editing was great, the cast was really good, the acting was great, the script was really good, the locations were really good. I think they got some amazing like landscape locations in some scenes, which was amazing. But the only thing I wasn't sure about in the first half, especially, there's a lot of breaking the fourth wall where Millie Bobby Brown talks to the camera, and there was a lot of that, and I didn't mind it a little if it was a little bit, but it was a lot, and I wasn't a fan of that personally. But that's the only thing that I kind of didn't like about it. I love the story, I love the characters. Yeah. I quite enjoyed it.
Okay, I was right. All right, Mr. Luke Davis.
You go,
thoughts?
Because I want to find something to follow up with Toby. So you go with your thoughts.
Oh, okay. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Yes, I thought the acting was all fantastic.
We're both on the same team, you see.
All right, we've done your plug. We're not doing it again. I thought it looked remarkably expensive. Some of the scenes, some of the London scenes, they had extras that weren't digitally inserted. An awful lot of extras. A couple of times I kept thinking, that's a lot of costumes for a very small scene, just to have people wandering around in the background. I didn't mind the breaking the fourth wall because she did it all the way through. If she'd only done it like at the start and then they forgot about it, that would have annoyed me. But the fact
I think it's because it was constant. I was a bit like, oh.
Yeah, no, I quite like that. I like the breaking of the fourth wall. I thought she was fantastic. I thought the story was good. The production design was fantastic. As with every Netflix film, it was too long.
It was a bit long. I'll give you that, actually.
2 hours, 5 minutes, too long.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I thought it was great. And I think it sets it up. I mean, it does set it up perfectly for a sequel, for this to be a series of films starring her as Enola Holmes. But I wouldn't be averse to watching another one.
Same. Sorry to just before you, Luke. Do you like House of Cards, Duncan?
I love House of Cards.
See, I hated that. So that's probably why. Because remember,
because he breaks the fourth wall. Yes.
All the time. So
yes.
I don't. It's not I don't like it. I just think when it's constant, I'm not a big fan of it.
My only problem with the breaking the fourth wall, and it's not really a problem, is because of her accent. When she was breaking the fourth wall, a lot of the time she sounded like Miranda Hart. And there was a couple of lines that were just like lines from Miranda, and that sort of took me out of it. But apart from that, that was my only complaint. Mr. Davis.
Oh, well, I have to say, to quote Toby,
it's fantastic.
It was fantastic.
There you go.
I really enjoyed it. I thought she was great. I thought Henry and Sam were really good. The person that plays the boy, who I think this is sort of his. Can you call this a big film? Is it a big film?
I think it's a big film. I mean, if this wouldn't look out of place. This wouldn't look out of place on in a cinema, would it?
So this is his big film, and I think he was really good in it. I love the fourth wall breaking, and that was actually Millie's idea. She was the executive producer on this.
She was.
And that was her idea.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Blimey.
Which is, that's quite annoying, isn't it? The fact that she's doing all this.
That's actually annoying more than anything.
How it happened, though, is she started reading the Enola Holmes mysteries books, which are books from the 60s or 80s, I think. I can't remember. Actually, I can tell you right now. They are from 2006. And she read them with her sister and then told her father about them and said that, they should make it into a film and that she could do breaking like the fourth wall. And I think it worked really well. I didn't pick up on the Miranda thing.
Well, watch it again. Just the breaking the fourth wall bits.
Yeah.
Very, very Miranda Hart.
Yeah. But no, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I thought it was funny. I thought, at some points it was, quite sad as well. And again, the sets, most of it was real sets they used. There's only a little bit of sort of CGI background to make London look old. Obviously, they can't use it now because the London Eye and other things would be in it. But even like the Houses of Parliament looked great. The extras, it looked like something out of Oliver. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really, really good.
So that's a full house.
I do have one. Oh.
It's a full house. No, too late. We're getting applause because we all loved it.
It's not really a thing.
What's your gripe? What's your gripe?
And I have to say this quietly because Henry Cavill's from Jersey and I will have things thrown at me. Whenever he stands, he stands like Superman. Just whenever he stands now, it's just like, I just expect him to fly off.
He did look remarkably... his suits were incredibly tight-fitting.
They were.
Weren't they? They were very
It did look like if he just went, it would like have Superman costume underneath. I'd imagine he probably does.
I wouldn't even be shocked.
No, exactly. Hi, I'm Superman.
Well, I don't think of him as Superman now because we've just finished watching The Witcher. So now I'm just thinking, it's The Witcher.
Haven't watched that.
I think you might like it.
I shall watch it. Goodbye.
Okay, good. Goodbye.
I've seen the
I'll be
first
back
episode.
in a second.
Wasn't sure.
No, I shall give it a try. I shall see what I think. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Enola Holmes. I thought it was very, very good. What would you two give it out of 10?
Have you got your piece of paper there with previous scores?
Well, see, the thing is though, I don't normally put these like Netflix and things on it, but I'm tempted with this one.
I think, Luke, in the current climate,
that is true.
We're going to have to put marks down for everything because there aren't going to be cinema films to mark for much longer. So
I will put Enola Holmes down.
Okay.
I'll say 7.
I'm going to...
And, of course, you break up just as you give us your score.
Sorry, what was that?
What was your score?
I'm going to say 7.
Are you?
7!
7. I'm going to give it...
An 8.
I think I'm going to give it an 8. Maybe even a 9, but I'm going to put an 8 down for now.
Don't do it, Toby. It's one number.
No, I'm going to stick with 8. But if I
8.5?
Okay.
8.5. Yeah, 8.5. Why not? I might watch it again and it might be more, but I didn't even find the length a problem. I don't think it felt like 2 hours. Behave. I didn't feel like it was 2 hours long. I thought it was a completely fine length.
I did.
Children.
There was a part in the second half where I thought, no, this is dragging a little bit, and you could have cut a little bit out here and there. But
okay.
It's a small gripe.
A definite sequel, though. That will definitely happen. And actually, they've already said,
yes.
I think, hang on, let me have a look at my production notes.
Hello.
Also known as Wikipedia. That Millie and Harry have already said they're up for doing a sequel.
Okay. Well, I'll be watching a sequel.
Yeah,
it's very
me
good.
too.
Because my other half, Clinton, liked it as well. Thought it was very good.
My other half enjoyed it as well.
He liked the story.
And the storyline as well, yeah.
Oh dear.
He's gone again.
Why is it always him?
What is it? I don't know. He's just got very dodgy internet, I think.
I don't know.
Let's talk about... What have you seen, Toby, this week?
I've seen, which was recommended by Duncan, called Somebody Feed Phil.
Ah, yes. I've seen one episode of this as well, so let's talk about that.
So is it the first episode you've seen?
The first episode of...
Bangkok. Bangkok.
Right. Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so... I went to Bangkok about 4 years ago.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it was actually interesting to watch this because it kind of took me back to when I went and all the street food and everything. But I think I'm really excited to watch the rest of this series. I'm really enjoying it so far. I've only seen one episode, but it makes me hungry the whole time I'm watching it.
I mean, the chances are you can't go wrong with a food-related program. Normally,
No,
they make you feel hungry. And,
True.
Good.
To be fair, I used to watch it's a show with Adam Richmond called he used to eat loads and loads of food.
Oh yes, I know.
Man versus Food.
Yes.
Man versus Food. I mean, that made me hungry. It shouldn't have done, but it did.
No.
But no, overall, I think he's so enthusiastic, and he's just happy, and he's smiling all the time. He's like a kid in a candy store, honestly, and he's always eating. I always think, is this filmed over a few days or is this the same day? Because he eats a lot.
He's a very likable person as well.
Yeah, he is. He's just
happy.
happy. He's happy to be there, and I think you also get a feel for the place he goes, the places he goes to as well. Like Bangkok, when I went there, and in Thailand in general, everyone is just happy doing, no matter what their job is, they're just happy to be living and doing their job. So I think it captures that really well as well. But yeah, it's great that he calls his parents and lets them know. But yeah, I think it's a very, very interesting, fun, and will make you hungry series to watch.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Oh, which one did you watch though?
I watched the same one. The first. No, I noticed the fact that it started on season 3. For some reason, but I went back to.
So you did watch the first one?
Yeah.
Bangkok. Well, what did you think of it? Okay.
Oh, we've already said this while you were off.
Oh, have you?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Sorry. Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. That's another Full House.
It's another Full House. That's 2 for 2.
Another Full House.
I mean, we're halfway through season 2. I mean, they're quite short seasons. They're only 6 episodes per season, so that's not too bad. And what I like is a lot of food. I don't watch a lot of food programs, but a lot of them. No.
Wow.
I haven't got time. I'm too busy eating. And a lot of the problems, some that I have seen is they go to foreign places and they go to the Michelin stars hotels and restaurants and the posh places, whereas he's just wandering around eating street food. And I mean, I've Googled some of the places that he's at to see how much they are, and they're just cheap.
Cheap, yeah.
Even when he goes to New Orleans in America, he doesn't go to the big posh places. He's going to
spoilers.
Yeah, come on, spoilers. What? Don't ruin it.
It's a joke.
There is a huge spoiler I could tell you for the 3rd season, which has very much upset me, but I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, don't do that.
Okay. But yes, it's really good. It's really good. And a 4th season, there's 3 seasons on Netflix now, and a 4th season will drop in October.
Very nice.
The same month that the new single from Tobi Stubbs.
Look at this. Everything's coming out.
Thank you.
Good. So that's Somebody Feed Phil. It's on Netflix. 3 seasons up now. Good. 2
for 2. Can we make it 3 for 3?
I don't know, because Tobi hasn't watched anything else, so this will be a double header.
He's watched the first episode, hasn't he? Has he watched the first episode of this?
No, I'm gone again, haven't I?
The Columbia space flight.
No, I haven't.
Okay,
sorry.
well, it might. Okay,
No,
well, that's fine then.
Okay, so the 3rd thing this evening, if I can get through this without breaking up, but I very much
doubt it as well.
A new.
No.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's wrong with him tonight. It's all gone a little bit weird. You smile and sort your computer out. So this is a documentary about the Columbia space shuttle, which you may know was the first space shuttle to. I can't think what the word they used for it, but it was a disaster. Basically, it blew up, taking off. There was 2 of them out of the 130 missions they did. Columbia and Challenger. Columbia blew up on the way up, and Challenger blew up on the way down. And this is a Netflix limited series, which just means it's 4 episodes. I don't know why they call it limited. I thought, we've got like a week to watch it or something before it goes on somewhere else. But no,
I think it probably means because they're not going to make any more.
No, it's 4 episodes. They're about half an hour long, and basically it explains sort of the bit before they went in the rocket. Then it talks to the people from NASA, the family members, some of the people that were like in the same. They have like classes of astronauts. That all graduate at the same time and then do the next certain missions. And they spoke to all of them, some of them anyway. And yes, are you back?
Hello. Just
Hello.
popped out, back again now.
Welcome back. Continue.
I've no idea what you're up to.
I just said what the plot is, basically.
Plot? It's not a plot, really.
No, but what it's about.
Yes. So it's a 4-part documentary about the Challenger that exploded on takeoff in 1986, which I remember watching on TV and being quite, neither of you obviously do, quite shocked about. I thought this was the back, because what you
Go on, keep
No,
going.
go on,
Keep going. Just go quickly. Go quickly. Go. Go, Duncan. Quick, you're still on.
Because I'm looking at the number here, and it's gonna be really bad in just a second.
It's fine. Well, you're still going now. No, he's gone. I don't remember this one happening, but I remember Challenger, which was the second one, which was in I think the early 2000s. But I'd heard about this one, and I'd already seen quite a lot of the footage before, and I think I'd seen another kind of documentary about it. I really enjoyed it. What did you think about it, Duncan?
Here we go again.
Good luck.
I thought it was really good because I remember it happening, but I knew nothing about the 7 people that were on board.
Right.
I don't even remember one of them being a civilian, a teacher. No, I don't remember that at all. And this gives backstory to all those 7 people. So what was a horrific and heartbreaking thing to see back in the 80s suddenly became even worse because you've got the backstory of these people. And what made it worse is the fact that it should never have gone up in the first place, and people were telling them it shouldn't go because certain things were wrong with the shuttle, but because of pressure from the government, and the government wanted the space program to launch a certain amount of rockets every year, they ploughed ahead with it when they shouldn't. I mean, I don't know about you, Luke, I think it was the 3rd episode when it was getting ready for launch, and they were inspecting it on that morning, and it was covered in icicles. Yeah. And me and my other half sitting there going, why are they launching this thing? Surely someone could look at that and say, no, it's too cold.
It's too cold.
Don't do it.
I mean, the thing with both Challenger and Columbia, they learn massive lessons from it. Obviously, with a huge cost to life, but they learn things from it that even now, and in the last shuttle, which was Discovery, I think in 2011, they still did. And if these things hadn't have happened, it would have happened at some point, especially with Columbia. Or was it Challenger? Which one was this one about? I always get confused. Challenger. So when Columbia...
Hence the title of the program.
I know.
Challenger.
I always get confused between those two. And they shouldn't have launched at all that rocket. Anyone, and as you said, you and Clinton watching it, going, well, why did they launch it? It's covered in ice. And the same one with when the other one came down. What had happened was when the rockets had come off the shuttle, it had pulled some of the heat-proof tiles off. So when it came back through the atmosphere, the heat just got in and ripped it apart, basically. And then from that day on, every other shuttle afterwards did this backflip in space, and the space shuttle would take photos of the tiles to make sure they were all there and not damaged. And if it was damaged, they wouldn't go back. They would send a rocket up, and it never happened. But they would send a rocket up to come and collect them. So watching it even now. The fact that there was some of her kids there. Her kids were there. Her kids that she taught were there. Her parents were there. The whole nation was watching because it was hyped up so much because, America had kind of got a bit bored of it because, it's another shuttle. But this was like, this is a civilian on it, which, at that point they were saying, well, after this one, we're going to have a civilian going to space every month, basically. And I mentioned this to Huxley and Howe earlier. It's very interesting, the fact that the way that they were talking about spaceflight then, they haven't even reached now, really. They're only just, they're only going back to the moon now-ish. They're only doing stuff with SpaceX now and commercial flights. So it's funny that in the 80s they thought by the end of the decade we'll be doing all of this stuff, and they haven't really done it now. But I think that's because technology's changed and health and safety is better and money another thing, So yeah, I could ramble on all day about space, so just stop me.
You might have to, because everything's going wrong this end. But I agree. I thought it was fantastic. And like we were talking about The Last Dance and Apollo 11, some of the footage from the control center and from the 1980s is so clear and crisp, isn't it? It's really good.
I mean, NASA use special cameras anyway that have always been in front of what we would have and what TV, because of obviously, following a rocket going at a stupid amount of speed and going in through the atmosphere. So the actual image they capture is humongous. So that's why those photos always look, they're in 16:9, they're not in 4:3. Whereas some of the TV channel shots are. But yeah, I mean, some of it, it's like, is that from 2011? Because it just looked great. It just looked really good.
Yeah, it was really good. It's well worth watching, and it's not a dragged out documentary.
No,
it's
half
all
an
over
hour?
in four 45-minute episodes, and it's well worth watching. If you've got any interest in history or space travel, it's well worth watching.
I mean, because this happened in the 80s, so even if you've seen, half a dozen, things about this, it's very, very good, and I would imagine they will probably do one about Challenger as well.
Yeah, it's really good. Anyway, it's Challenger: The Last Flight, and it's on Netflix. Now, we'll have some film news coming up in just a second, but I need to go and shoot somebody from my broadband supplier. Well, I'm on hold with the internet supplier, so I will call them back later and shoot them then. Anyway, welcome back to Monday Movies, an hour of technically deficient broadcasting brought to you by some embarrassed people at Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM. Good. Can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes.
Excellent. Let's plough on then while we're still working. So good viewing this week, though.
Yeah.
Can I just say that's three good things?
you. 3 good things.
Toby, have we tempted you to watch some Challenger?
Yes.
It
I
was
used
really
to.
good.
I used to love astronomy when I was growing up. So
Yeah, I absolutely love space, and this,
I'm a Leo.
Yeah, I really like space, and I loved it. It was really, really good.
okay. Well, no, I might watch it then. Sounds good.
I highly recommend it, and I said they did this one about Challenger, but I would imagine there'll be one about Columbia as well at some point in a couple of years' time. Right, should we do some film news while we've still got you?
Hello there.
Hi.
Sorry, you said you like space. I thought I'd give you some. Oh dear, this is hard work, isn't it?
Not going well today. is it?
How much longer have we got?
15 minutes
Do
exactly.
you think Mr. Q would like to do an extra 15 minutes
He
of
might
country
do.
music?
Yeah, possibly.
Some sad songs will be suitable about now. Let's do some film news then, shall we?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Hang on a second. I was going to get that to work.
Sorry.
Honestly, what are we going on? A sequel to Borat has been announced,
Oh, I
and
heard about
apparently
this.
it is going to be out in the next few weeks.
Oh,
They
wow.
filmed it
in-
over the last few months.
In cinemas or?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say that.
Okay.
A title was announced on the WGA website. It has since been removed. It's now just still called Borat 2. Would you like to know what it was? It's what everyone thinks it's going to be
I already
called.
know what it's called, but yes.
Toby, would you like to know?
I would like to know. Yes. Thank you.
It's apparently called Borat: Gift of Pornographic Monkey to Vice President Premier Mikhail Pence to make benefit recently diminished nation of Kazakhstan.
No way.
Do you like that again?
Go on, one
Gift
more
of
time.
pornographic monkey to Vice President Mikhail Pence to make benefit recently diminished nation of Kazakhstan.
That can't be the title, surely.
That is well. The title of the first one was something strange as
Yeah.
well, and my
thought it was just called
producer will now.
Borat.
No, my producer will now do some quick work and tell you exactly what Borat was called. But it was called Borat semicolon something else. Yeah.
Right.
Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan.
There you go. That was the
Oh,
title
okay.
of the
Well,
original
now,
Borat.
yeah, that seems much more feasible now. That it's
So
gonna be called that.
details are quite slim, but apparently people do know that the sequel was covertly filmed, has already been screened. In of itself is a miracle because Baron Cohen tends to make a splash wherever he goes. So it's strange that after doing Borat, I mean, it being a huge worldwide hit, that he can still get away with conning people
Yes.
into saying things that they shouldn't say.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all nodding. Let's just nod our heads until Duncan starts hearing us
Okay.
again. So yes, have you seen the first one?
I have. Yes. Yeah. Many years ago, it was very different to anything I'd seen at the time.
That was 2006
just-
when that came out.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Was it really?
Yeah, first one came out in 2006.
So I was 12 when that came out. But it's just I don't know how he gets away with it, how he's not kind of like
Dead.
scared he's gonna scared he's gonna get killed basically. But yeah, no, to be honest, I will be definitely intrigued to watch the second one, even more so if it's on on demand.
I would imagine it's going to be on Amazon or Netflix or something like that. You would think.
Disney Plus, definitely.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
That's the only one it probably won't be on. Is Disney Plus, I would imagine.
Is any of the other films on anything at the minute?
Not sure.
Because I don't think that's going to go into a cinema. I think that's going to be. I can see that being on Netflix.
Well, he's got Thingville was on Netflix with Mark Strong. I know it's a bit of that's an actual film though.
Yeah.
What was it called? Grimsby Brothers or something?
Brothers Grimsby.
Yeah.
Brothers Grimsby, yeah.
Yes.
Obviously that's not the same thing, but
If it's going to be on one of them, I reckon Netflix.
Okay, all right. We will see. More news and sad news, especially for Mr. Luke Davies, because it involves Disney product moving, Marvel product moving. Walt Disney have postponed its next mega movies from Marvel, including Black Widow, and they've also postponed Steven Spielberg's West Side Story by a full year in a company recalibration. 10 of Disney's top films have shuffled release dates. Last Wednesday, it uproots several of the company's major fall releases. Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow was supposed to be released on November the 6th this year. It's now going to be released on May the 7th next year. Instead of opening next month, Kenneth Branagh's Death on the Nile is now going to move to December the 18th. And West Side Story was due to open Christmas this year. It will now open Christmas 2021.
I mean, the good thing about this for Marvel is that, it was very much, Marvel film, Marvel film, Marvel film, Marvel film, Marvel film, which for me was fine, but for some people it was a bit, okay, stop with the superheroes.
Well, this is the first year since 2009 where there will not be a Marvel release.
Wow.
So for the first time in 11 years, there is no Marvel film
we'll have
coming out.
WandaVision to watch.
We will have WandaVision, and that is good.
Yeah.
Controversially...
it does mean, though, it is going to go back to superhero. Have they
Yes,
saying that? Have they
there's gonna be a
filmed
backlog.
anything else?
I don't...
No.
No, we've still got Wonder Woman.
so next year there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out.
There's going to be an awful lot, yeah. There is a controversial decision they've made, though, because the new Pixar movie Soul apparently... Now, the reason it's controversial is because every Disney, Marvel, Fox film that has a white cast, predominantly white, is being held to be put in cinemas. The two films they had with ethnic casts, Soul and Mulan, have been put straight onto Disney Plus. Not the best time to be doing that.
Not really, no. Again, I'm still shocked that they put Mulan straight onto. I think I could understand Soul more because it's more of a kids' film, kind of. So I can.
Yeah, but this is their big Inside Out. Onward. This is their big.
But I mean,
this is their only big animation.
But I meant out of the two, I could understand more why they're putting Soul onto Disney Plus than Mulan. No,
I think no, because Soul will have always taken more than. I mean, if Soul takes the same money as Inside Out or Toy Story 3, it would have been one of the biggest films of the year.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's not good.
It's not really.
It's not good for their image for them to do that.
Not great.
Really.
No, come on, Disney.
Yeah.
Hey, they listen to. They always listen to this, so I'm sure.
Yeah, they'll change it tomorrow.
Of
course they will. Of course they will. According to MSN, given the interconnected nature of Marvel releases, the delay of Black Widow has now had a domino effect on other films. Destin Daniel Cretton's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is a martial arts hero film, is now slated for July 2021 instead of May. The Eternals with Angelina Jolie and Kumail Nanjiani has moved from February next year to November next year.
I mean, the chances are they haven't even started filming any of these anyway.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, really?
Eternals has been filming. Yeah, definitely. The Ben Affleck thriller Deep Water has also been pushed. Was due to open in November. That's now gone back to August next year.
Wow.
It's going to be a very, very busy year next year.
It's going to be a very busy year next year.
Isn't it? I mean
on screen and off screen, because obviously there's a lot of stuff that was meant to be filming last year that now is going to have to film this year, and then everything that was meant to film next year is going to have to either change because nothing could film this year. So yeah, it's going to be very confusing for the studios as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've still got Wonder Woman to look forward to and Bond.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. Hypothetically,
do you think that Wonder Woman? When is Wonder Woman coming out?
Well, Wonder Woman's now been pushed till the end of December, so it's almost into next year already because it was supposed to come out in August. So yeah, we might see it. But it is quite depressing that the next, the next big film should have been Black Widow. Then we should have had Death on the Nile, and then Bond. Now we've got no Death on the Nile. We've got no Black Widow. Got no soul. Well, we knew you had no soul, Luke, but no one's got any soul.
Do you know what this probably means as well?
What?
No Graham Norton.
Yes, Graham Norton's back next week.
Oh. Who's he going to interview?
There will be an audience, as a smaller audience. There will be live guests in the studio, and there will be guests via video link.
I knew they'd probably have audience back because they've been.
I know my stuff. You know
I
what
think
I mean?
they've had about 40 people in the studio when they've done audience shows. But it'd be interesting to see who he's going to talk to, because obviously normally, at least every week it's the big film of the week that is sort of the main.
If you talk amongst yourself, I could tell you who he's going to talk to in the first week.
Okay, then well,
I know Dolly Parton is one of them.
Well, yeah, but Dolly and Graham are like brothers and sisters.
But she's not going to be in the studio.
Well, no, I would expect that.
Yeah.
But they're best of friends.
Yes, because he did a whole programme from Dollywood, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this is fascinating.
Have you not found out yet?
We're talking... No, well, come on.
To be fair, that internet connection's quite slow, isn't it?
That is true.
No, everything else works fine. It's just the talky bit that... Right, so the show will be back on our screens on October the 2nd. Funnily enough, the same day as Toby Stubbs released his new single. You could have been on there.
Oh, what
There's
happened?
something going on, isn't there?
Is that why you've had a haircut as well? Are you go on Graham Norton?
Can you imagine?
That'd be great.
Great. That's what I have to say. If I had to choose one talk show to go on,
it would be Graham Norton.
Yeah, he's such great guest, such great host.
Yeah,
such a great show.
So the first programme, he's got Dolly Parton and Riz Ahmed. Obviously, Riz is talking about the film that you're looking forward to, Toby, which is called
The Sound of Metal.
That's right, about a drummer, which I think is going to be on Amazon Prime in a couple of weeks' time.
I think it's November, December, actually.
Okay. They will both be via video link. Studio guests in the first episode will be Rupert Everett, comedians Lolly Adefope and Sarah Pascoe, and Roshan Murphy is the musical guest.
Nice.
So not the star-studded A-list that he usually has, if we're honest.
But then they're all A, stuck in America, or B, there's no films coming out.
That is very true. Yeah, I don't know what Dolly Parton's advertising. She's probably just
there for the... I would imagine that Judi Dench will be on it as well, because just for a laugh.
If you like Judi Dench, by the way, David Tennant podcast 2 weeks ago, the Judi Dench episode is very good indeed.
Good. Yeah.
You just want to invite her around for tea, don't you?
You would love to, wouldn't you? Yeah,
absolutely. We got one other little piece of film news. Disney are making a new live-action version of Peter Pan, and they've cast Tinkerbell. US actress Yara Shahidi has been cast as Tinkerbell. The forthcoming movie, which is going to be called Peter Pan and Wendy, will star Jude Law as Captain Hook. Nice. It is the latest in Disney's live-action remakes of their animated classics. If you don't know who she is, she's 20 years old, but she's been acting for more than 10 years. Toby, pull your finger out. Look what she's been doing. She had a guest appearance on the TV show Entourage at the age of 7, and she's since appeared in films alongside Samuel L. Jackson, Angelina Jolie, and Eddie Murphy. Her biggest hit, though, came in 2013 when she was cast in the US comedy series Blackish.
Nice.
There you go. That's who she is.
Nice.
That's live action Peter Pan coming.
I hope they do like I hope it's serious. A serious Peter Pan. Yeah. Not
serious Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I mean, when you bear in mind it's about a man who goes into children's bedroom and takes them away, if you're going to make it serious, it goes down a whole other route, doesn't it?
Yeah, you make a good point.
It gets very dark.
Yeah. Good point.
Don't talk to the strange flying man.
Who's lost in shadow.
Who's not a shadow. Yeah. But that's the film news. Film news very thin on the ground.
A bit like
things happening.
Yeah, not a lot happening, and it's only going to get quieter as well as we move towards the end of the year.
Much quieter. Yes.
Is there anything on A Quiet Place too? Is that staying the same?
No, that's still no. It's supposed to be. They moved it to September, and now it's gone again to next year sometime. So we've got to wait.
Toby.
Sorry, Toby. I know you're looking forward to that one. I know you're looking forward to that. Next week we will be reviewing, all of us, because there's another brand new big budget Netflix film coming out, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Stars Eddie Redmayne, Sacha Baron Cohen, and Frank Langella. It's written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, so I'm predisposed to loving it.
Yes,
because
I did think you were going to say Frank Lampard.
He wrote The West Wing, The Newsroom, The American President. What's that?
I thought you were going to say Frank Lampard's in it.
Yes, that's right. Frank
I
Lampard.
thought so. Yeah.
So the trial of Chicago 7 next week, and Toby might have watched a Challenger.
I will.
And I might.
We challenge you.
We challenge you to watch Challenger. I probably will finish it as well.
Good.
Good.
Excellent. Can we finish now? Because honestly, everything here is about to die.
We made it.
We did. We made it.
Mr. Q is up after the news at 8 o'clock. It is 8 o'clock. It feels like it's a lot later. It feels like I've been doing this a long, long time. Remind us, Toby, what happens this Friday?
There's a new single coming out by myself called We're Both on the Same Team, and it will be available everywhere on Friday.
Everywhere? What, even my local Londis?
Do you know what? You make that joke every single time.
You say it's available everywhere every single time.
Yeah.
I'll nip into Boots on Friday and say, excuse me, do you have the new Toby Stubbs single?
Yes, we do actually. It's just here.
Just
that would
here.
surprise you, wouldn't it?
I'd say, I've got some Toby Stubbs, or I've got some cream for that. Thank you very much. Yes. Hey. Anyway, it is out on Friday. Get downloading, for goodness sake.
Thank you.
Toby and Luke, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Duncan.
There will be a podcast available soon, and we'll have tidied it all up, and it will sound perfect and seamless.
Yeah.
Bit of production will go into that. So don't forget, Toby's single is out on Friday. Luke is back tomorrow at 4 o'clock for another drive time. I'll be back on Sunday for Sunday breakfast at 8 o'clock. Anything else you'd like to say, Luke?
No.
Good.
Have a good Monday evening.
Have a great Monday evening.
Have a fantastic Monday evening.
Hi, welcome back. That was great, wasn't it, guys?
Couple of questions.
Yeah.
Firstly, do you think anyone noticed?
What, the plugs or your terrible internet connection?
The terrible internet connection.
No, I think we got away with that.
What on earth happened to Ted Lasso?
That is very true.
What happened to Ted Lasso?
Do you want to do it now?
Very true.
I can do it now quickly. Yeah, let's face it.
Apple related. I've got something Netflix related to talk about.
It's on Apple TV Plus, so no one's watching it anyway because no one's got it. Ted Lasso is something I never thought I'd like. It's a 10-episode, half-hour comedy series starring by and created by Jason Sudeikis. He plays an American sports coach who's brought over to England to coach AFC Richmond in the Premier League.
Right.
He's brought over by the wife of the owner because they've got a divorce and she wants the club to fail. So she brings him in because she thinks he knows nothing about football and the club will fail. I don't like football. I wasn't a particular fan of Jason Sudeikis. It's a British sitcom. Never my favourite. Guess what?
You loved it.
Loved it.
It's really good.
He loved it.
It's a very sweet, lovable. It doesn't go down the route you think it's going to go down. Jason Sudeikis' character, Ted Lasso, is such a nice, sweet, lovable character. It's just a joy. I watched all 10 episodes in 2 days.
No, well, there we go.
Wow.
I highly recommend it.
Well, let me again, something that I didn't think I would enjoy, but I am, and there's a couple of reasons why, and that is Tidying Up with Mary Kondo.
Oh my God.
On Netflix. Now,
right.
I didn't think I would enjoy this.
No.
But I'm quite nosy, it turns out, and I like looking around people's houses.
Oh.
And people fascinate me. This is so. Have you both heard of her?
I've heard of Mary Kondo. Yes.
Yeah. So she's from Japan. And
she's the one who tells you to throw everything away, basically.
Oh, very posh.
Yeah.
Very posh. Sorry, yes, I do know who.
So she's from Japan, and she's conquered Japan, and now she's conquering America.
Yeah.
And she is.
She's a strong woman.
It's so there's a lot of Japanese culture in the program. And the way some of it's shot, you can imagine, is like how they would do it in Japan. And she sort of welcomes herself into the house by doing this little ritual. And watching the reaction of some of the people on it is hilarious. Some of them either join her, some of them just look at her very confused, or some of them just start crying. It's very funny. And then you're just going around these people's houses going, how have you got your house? I mean, some of them, like, you can understand. So the latest one that I watched, her husband had died, and it's basically just helping, and her house is like clean, but it's just helping her sort of reorganize her life basically after her husband died. But the previous ones, their house is just a mess, and it's like, how can you let your house like get to this point? It is I to be honest, I'm just enjoying it because I'm just really me being nosy, to be honest. But yeah, it's really nice. It's something that you can quite easily watch late in the evening. It's something quite, you're not having to focus on anything, and yeah, quite nice. I enjoyed it.
Good. What's it called?
Tidying Up with Mary Kondo. What is her name? Mary
Kondo or Kondu?
Kondo.
I don't know.
Kondo, I think.
You say Kondo, I say Kondu.
Let's
call
call
the whole thing off. Which is a song.
It is.
Isn't it? Yeah. And do you know who else has got a song out soon?
Is it Toby Stubbs?
It is Toby Stubbs. Yes, Toby.
It is.
Hey.
Yes.
I tell you what. You did a lot of plugs in the show, didn't you? So I think in the podcast extras, as a treat for your fans, I think just a little refrain from the song wouldn't go amiss.
He wants you to sing, Toby.
Oh no, I won't.
Just a couple of lines.
No. Come on. No, I won't.
Let's pretend this is the Graham Norton show. I'm Graham Norton.
Yes,
Luke's
you
the
are.
Rock, and you're the musical guest. Just.
2 out of those.
Sorry, did I say the Rock? Sorry, did I say the Rock? I meant Luke's a. Now, just a couple of.
No, it doesn't sound good a cappella. So it comes out on Friday, and you can listen to it in its entirety then.
Or on Thursday on Drive.
And where will it be available?
5 p.m. on Wycombe Sound.
Yeah.
Where
can people find it?
Everywhere.
Well, not everywhere, Duncan. It won't be available not everywhere. Spotify,
Okay, good.
iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, you name it.
YouTube.
There's a very good video.
I believe it.
See, that's how you subtly plug something.
There is a very good video that goes with
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
There is.
Well, I'm excited.
I'm excited as well because we've heard this for a little while now, for a couple of months.
Yes.
So
Is it?
Yeah, I must have sent it to you guys back in July, I think.
Yes. Will it be on vinyl?
No.
Can we have like a special physical copy?
Yes.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
No,
to be
well, no. If you want, but I haven't got any physical copies being made or anything. But
Could I have a cassette?
do you know people are starting to do that again?
They are. I know.
I know. Why?
I don't
What's
know.
the point?
I don't.
What
really
is the
know.
point?
No, it's not like a classic that's going to price well, is it?
No.
No.
So anyway, so 2nd of October is the big day. Toby Stubbs, new single. We're on the same team.
We're both on the same team.
Well done.
We're both. We're both on the same team.
I'm copying Borat with a long title.
not that
we are
long.
both on the same team.
That's it.
It's good. It's very, very good.
It is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play it on Sunday.
I'm going to play it.
Oh, thank you.
I'll
send it to you.
I'm going to play it on Sunday. I'm not on Sunday.
No, you're not on Sunday.
No.
Yeah, please. Could you send it to us though? Because we do need it to be able to play.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. I will do that.
Not in
Just-
a nice,
just
nice
airdrop
quality.
it. It's fine.
Okay.
Nice quality.
Perfect.
Duncan, it's that time of the podcast
Is it?
for you to get your little black book out.
Oh, a little black book. Just a second.
Okay.
I'm not sure what page I was on. Let me have a look through here.
And now Duncan flicks through his pages of his book. Ooh, a bit of ASMR. Ooh,
A lot of men's names in here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think I might have the wrong black book. No, I haven't. Sorry, it's the correct black book. Okay, so Coffee Drip MP3 tick.
Done.
Tick.
You
Done
sent
that
it to me,
I did.
and you did not reply when I said it reminded me of Tim Minchin.
Sorry, I don't know why I did. I think I must have read that, and then
I
sometimes
thought I
have
did.
messages and then-
He thought he
and-
did.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
thought
don't
I
think
replied
so.
to that. Okay.
I didn't. Oh, okay.
Sorry. Is that the guy, the comedian who plays the piano?
Yes, and was in.
Okay.
He doesn't want like being called a comedian. He's a musician, as
Yeah.
he said on the David Tennant podcast last week.
Okay.
You did, Toby. No, you
Oh.
didn't. No.
No, you
I
didn't.
lied.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
I meant it as a compliment.
Apologies. Okay.
No, I agree.
I will pass it on.
Yeah.
Okay, good. The tick for that can come off the list. Don't need to mention it again.
No, cross.
Rue's album, Toby, listen.
I did listen to it. Yes, I did. It's a good pop rock album. For me, without sounding too harsh, a lot of the songs do sound very similar.
They do. Yeah.
But there are. I mean, there's a song. I think it's the opening track's probably my favourite, and there's another one. Hang on. I can't. So I think it's called No More or something, which I quite liked. 1 second. Sorry. Move on. Sorry.
Yes.
I like that one
also
as well.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's good. I enjoyed it. Very good pop rock album.
Good.
Double tick. Look at this.
Double tick. Upgrade. Rob.
Oh, do you know? messaged him last week and he still hasn't seen it, so that's not my fault.
To be fair, that's not a Toby Stubb fault.
He will. He will.
And the
watch
last thing was for me, and I haven't done it.
Well, you need to tell us what it is.
It was making the Monday Movies promo,
And I was going to write something this weekend, but I got busy. Can we do it next week?
Yeah, I mean, there's no time limit on it. It's just not.
I mean, you're the boss. You're in charge of the whole station.
Well, I know.
Luke. If you say jump, me and Toby say get lost. No, sorry. We say how high.
Yes. I mean, I've only asked like 3 weeks ago. So
okay, right.
I mean, some people like Colin and Bob have already done it, and then there's you.
Oh, Colin and Bob, Jesus Christ! Can I just say, Toby, Colin and Bob, professional, very, very professional. Their podcast seamless. Although, to be fair, they're in the studio with Luke producing, so it's going to sound better.
But to be fair, they did leave the news fader up.
I've just coming.
Sorry.
Why are you spoiling my?
We'll edit it out. It's fine.
But this week, and I'm not sure if they did it just to make us feel better, but for the first 5 minutes of the show, they left the news fader up, which means there was this constant beeping throughout the first 5 minutes of the show.
3 minutes.
I counted 5.
I messaged Duncan going.
I counted 15.
I messaged Duncan going. You're going to love the beginning of the Wycombe Wanderers show this week.
So I think Colin just did that to make us feel better. Though.
Do you?
Yeah.
I added
if you are a Wycombe Wanderers fan or a sports fan, do listen to the Wycombe Wanderers podcast from Wycombe Sound because it is very good.
It is very good. Very, very good.
Too good.
Yeah, wow. Professional.
So for next week, I will have a script ready for us to do a Monday Movies promo. Okay?
Sounds good.
I mean, that's if Toby's still coming on to do it, because obviously by this time next week he could be on the Graham Norton show preparing for that, or he'd be going on Greg James' breakfast show on Radio 1 or something.
You're so down with the kids. The Greg James breakfast thing.
Is that what it's called? That's what it's called?
Radio 1 breakfast show with Greg James.
All right, the Radio 1 breakfast show with Graham Jeggs. Good. Excellent stuff.
But we can play it next week.
Yeah, we can play it.
We can play it and play the video as well.
Oh, isn't technology a wonderful thing? Sometimes.
Well, it's me doing it, so it'll be fine.
Oh, fine. Okay. Well, why don't you come round here and sort out my... All right, Toby. Trust me, after next week, we're never going to mention this song again.
We'll play it and that's it.
You need to write another one. Have you got any more ready?
I do have another one in the bag, yes.
Is that what it's called?
Sorry,
in the bag?
No. It's
I thought that's what it was called. I do have another one. In the bag, it's called.
It's not recorded yet. It's
all up there.
I've got it ready. Yeah. It's all up here.
Oh. Good.
But a very different vibe to the.
Is it R&B? Is it rap?
No. It's not that different. It's softer.
I'd love to see you doing rapping.
It's softer and it's not. It's kind of about growing up and leaving your past behind you, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
No, it's not dark. It's
Start counselling.
Growing up and you're becoming an adult and you're leaving your teenage and childhood behind you, kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Do we have a release date for that? Because
No,
you know
I
that
haven't
every week
recorded
from
it
now
yet,
on,
so.
Duncan's going to ask you.
Yeah.
That probably won't be out till next year.
Okay, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You say you'd like to hear Toby do some rapping. I'm very good at rapping.
Okay.
I do the presents every Christmas.
I've learned bits of Hamilton.
Why?
Ooh.
And I've watched.
Can you cover, please?
No. You.
Well, if you're not gonna sing on the podcast, nor is he.
No, but I've started watching that again because I just can't get it out of my head. Just can't get it out of my head.
As Kylie said at some
Exactly,
point.
I can't get her out of my head either.
Yeah. Clinton, my other half, in case this gets left in the podcast. And he would occasionally, we'd be talking, he'll say some random phrase while we're talking, he'll go, "That's a good book title." So I decided to start writing them down. Unfortunately, he hasn't done any for a while, but I did start some notes where I'm writing all these phrases down whenever he says that's a good book title. Would you like to know what I've got so far?
Yeah.
I am intrigued, yes.
There's only 5 of them.
That's all right.
I killed the orchid.
Oh.
Bear in mind, these are all things that came up in conversation, and he used these phrases.
Right, okay.
I think that if he does any more, you need to put what you were talking about as well.
Yeah,
We're doing your book titles,
Yes,
We are. We're doing your book titles.
I haven't had many for a while.
No, I know. I was just saying you haven't had many for a while. So we got I Killed the Orchid. Good. I think of that as a 1930s noir detective.
Yeah, I like that.
The Mutra Sutra. Not sure where we were going with that. I think that was the Kama Sutra and he got a little bit mixed up.
Right, okay.
Right.
That's
Again,
the
why
weakest.
why
of
were you
them.
talking about it?
That's a 50 Shades of Grey prequel.
Yeah, the Mutra Sutra. A shoebox full.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The Morning Shore, but it's morning as in Mourning.
Oh, okay.
That's my favourite.
I like that one.
The
That's my
Morning
favourite.
Shore.
That's my
nice.
favourite.
And My Name Isn't Christopher.
Okay.
Can we have an explain? I think you need to start writing what you were talking about.
Yeah, we do, because I don't know why he would have said My Name Isn't Christopher. So
My name isn't Christopher. Book title.
book title. But yeah, so I'll update you on any next week. But
Please
yeah, it's
do,
some good ones. But I like the Morning Shore because
Morning Shore in the
for a
first one.
song.
Sounds like a series.
The Morning Shore.
And now on BBC Two, the brand new drama here on the BBC.
Sunday night, a brand new Sunday night drama. Judi Dench and Jim Broadbent in The Morning Shore.
The Morning Shore.
Viewer discretion is advised because they're old and they get their kit off. Right.
For the Butcher Sutra.
For page 64 of the Kuba Sutra.
Well, there we go.
Good. Excellent. So next week it's the Trial of the Chicago 7 on Netflix.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
And there might be something else. Who knows? I'll let you know.
We'll have to see.
But there was certainly nothing at the cinema.
Sad.
Never mind.
We had a good run.
We did. We had a good run.
Good run. Yeah.
All right then. Bye then.
You've been listening to Monday Movies.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.